kind of point of contact for the follow-up, so you know where that person is. Second one then, we're changing the angle, depending on the distance. And then the third one's going to suit someone who likes more standing down, okay? So then we go here, here, and probably underneath, and I'm thinking about 2 hands on the limb, okay? So instead of being one, where you got this hand back, which would suit somebody maybe come across from different arts. Somebody that wants to get hands on, then you go knee through this side's a little bit more risky, so we're going to change. So we're going to go knee here, we're using the limb, okay? So you're 1, 2, under, get a grip, go here, okay? Alright, so we're going to do just a few rounds using service strikes, okay? So we'll do jab, cross, hook up, Alright, so we just do those as light sparring, okay? So if, for instance, when I was showing you at the beginning that code word, in light sparring, it's very hard to pull off like a shoe because the intent is different, okay? So when I'm like just throwing my punches, I'm going, I'm just keeping it at the end range. So there's no way that he's slipping underneath that without me dropping my arms down. Does that make sense? Okay? So when you're doing the sparring, the only way that he's going to be able to do that is if he sees that massive like shot with real grit and determination and intent. Okay, does that make sense? So when we're light sparring, what you're going to try to do is throw some shots and throw a little bit of a wider shot to allow the person to attempt what they've just been practicing. If you don't give them the chance to do that, they haven't really, there's a separation between what we're doing now and what we do just now. Does that make sense? So we're trying to encourage each other along with that demonstration. So we've got here, you can keep them at distance until you're feeling comfortable, and then give yourself a little bit of a swing shot. Worst case scenario, that's why I say bigger gloves is better. The bigger the glove, the more you can kind of get involved in that swing. The smaller the glove, it's just not the right thing to do. not in training, okay? Okay, full on head kick, full contact, which things will happen if it lands on your head. It's not blue out. And then you'll gently put them down with a foot sweep. Okay, there's no part of your brain will be thinking along like that when someone's trying to kick you. You will be in that survival mode. So because it's there, the easiest place is just to go straight through. Okay, it has that feeling. Look, like no. Yeah, it's not a gentle sweep. So if we do the round, we do this here, we could start spinning and things like that, or we'll just step in past, okay? Or we just throw. Yeah, we just do something that ends up being a throw. Foot sweep, this, that. Okay, so if you're doing that, it's a block. It's not a sweep as such, it blocks the leg. Because the way that the person is moving is where his foot is. You see that. So all I'm doing at some point of that trip is putting my foot there. So when he falls over. It's that fall that you feel stupid falling. Is it not? Yeah, it's like, I feel like you can survive. So we have two, right? We have the head kick called through. Then we have the leg kick where we pull them. Okay, and then just go like that. So make sure now you practice the two and make sure they're different. So I go that way, or that way, it's less intimidating because it looks like I'm doing this, doesn't it? Right? So what I'm doing is I'm trying to follow the shape and throw it as far around as possible to aim for the head, but it keeps me safe. If I go forwards, then I could have the problem of what we were just doing. Right? So engage the distance. So when you're boxing, you're doing all of this, but you're gauging with the shots and you're kind of testing it with the jab and so on. So we're doing the same thing. If I put my foot in the air, it'll get caught. Right? So we're just going to look at that outside. Okay, and I'm alright there, but that's sending a message of I'm there to kick you. I'm not flicking it up. Okay? And you cannot underestimate that. He's literally going to go for it. So he's either going to crash into my shin, or and I can catch him, or I gauge my distance. Right, so once I've got that, that's that direction. Now, angle-wise, confuses his brain. So when I cut in angles, this is easy to read, that's easy to read, that's causing confusion. Okay? So with your legs, you're going to go the same sort of direction that you're moving, and try to go for that kick. And you're going to find yourself close enough for knees. Okay? So with your partner, you're not just taking it in turns, you're doing this as a live drop. Okay? So you're moving around, hey, there's that one kick to start. Okay? Because I sent in the direction you're going to go that way. Or I get right up in this grill. Okay, so out, side. Make sense? Okay, just give it a go. Now, okay, partner off you go. If that hit him, they see that when I hit something, I keep moving forward, it has a bigger reaction. So much of it's impact, and so much of it is a push. Okay? So once I've got here, boom, the rest of it is a push. So when you hit it, you obviously you've got to try to imagine that you can be grabbed. And you don't need to imagine it, Kudo should get grabbed. Okay, so this feeling is the same thing for the gi. And it's not like I'm trying to get a grip the first time, right? So like say for instance, if I was throwing a ball to you and it was the first time you weren't expecting to throw a ball, you might fumble it, you might get a big reaction, but if you throw it, you do that, legend. Yeah? So the first time where if I try to grab the gi, I am doing what I just did there, where there is kind of in there, everything's reasonably tight, and I'm thinking I'm just getting this out now. Okay, so I'll come back to that. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, if I get the sleeve is actually quite hard to hold on to for a long period of time, whereas then that might be the next place that I go to. Okay, so if I get the sleeve, I want to get to the pad. Okay, when I drive forwards then, he's going to protect himself. But we've got these takedowns again. Okay, does that make sense? So this time I'm going in a straight line. So if you're a foot sweeping before, it's a little bit hard to pull it off because I'm going direct. So with your partner, I'm trying to use that pull, okay, and this side. So I'm doing that for this, and then that for that grab. Sleeve, the pal, okay, drive forwards with the knee, and then the opposite side. Okay, so when you're here, you grab, pull, drive in with the knee, or drive in with the knee, follow. Follow through. Don't do the kick and keep on with the gear this time. Most important part of throw, sleeve, and the pal working together. Okay, cross. Kick throw, change position. Would be here or here. It's the basis of where I'm throwing from. Okay? Neck throw, obviously involves the head. Right. So if I'm getting a knee, for instance, and I'm trying to protect myself, the only way to protect yourself is to get back in the fight, right? But if there's a height difference, for instance, there's a really nice throw from one of the World Championships where the person was loading up loading for the knees, okay? All right. So if, for instance, if I've got a knee that comes on this side, right, problematic is the front. Okay? If I turned into it, is the problem, okay? But we do know with knees, they tend to come in multiples, okay? So where my hand is, if I'm taller than the person, my hand will tend to be here. If I'm shorter than the person, the hand tends to be working from here. But both sides, I'm posting, okay? So as you can see here, I'm posting, keeping his top half of his body weight, so when he moves in, it's here. Or if I'm lower, I'm trying to create space. Does that make sense? So you'll have to look at that with your partner. Now, when this knee hits me, I've got, I know the next one's coming, I'm going to turn to set up my throw. Okay? So when it's going here, you know, there's no situation where you don't get hit, is there? So this is a reminder, like, ow, I've got knee, turn my body. Okay, does that make sense? Never say it right. You're filming this, it's all you. Collian. Oh, the fancy right. Okay, Russian fighter, very good Russian fighter. Small, right? Really small, very, very strong. And you've seen him again. here, roll over, kime. Okay? Lovely, lovely flow, because it's something that you can do in defense. When you're practicing judo, for instance, the person's going, don't go forwards. So then you practice going forwards. Okay? And you want the person to come at you. So you need that intent, to go back to that intent. So it's right knee, turn away. The knee that you're throwing on is the one that goes past you behind. Okay? So what you get, look, this is, I'm taking that one here, I'll come underneath. Okay? If I'm taller, same thing, you just go over the top. Okay? If you can't get underneath the hips, you block the leg. Okay? What is fresh in your mind? Get a partner off as well. Let's say if I'm getting the hips forwards, using the headbutts, that's why he's great to be able to do that. If, for instance, he's stronger than me, he's keeping me down here, I'm going to be trying to bridge that gap under that arm. That's why when the knees come in and I go, I've got to wait for that one before I go to the ground. Okay, so where my leg is, that one props, and I put all my weight through my knee that way. Okay? If the leg goes out to the side, here, you need to have the body weight forwards, you need to hip forwards. This leg can be used then as the stamp. Okay? So if you've not got weight on here, you can't lift your leg up. If your leg's too far back here, then you can't go for the head. So think about where that is, but your hip width forwards. So if I'm holding that, that's why the arm bar is simple enough to do, because the arm is in the right place. Okay? And those makes you wince a little bit when people jump in for an arm bar from that position because of the amount of pressure and choice in there. Okay, so you can do the throw. This is the last bit. I'm going to hand over to Spen then. Okay, you're here. Your leg is here. This one would have been still holding on because we're in the middle of a grapple. Okay, this one here or weight here. Take that leg over, straighten the knees together, and you've got your arm back.
Foot here, shoot through. Yeah, I'm just going to use it as a sweep. Now, with this one, I can push him away a little bit because I need to clear a bit of distance. So, this pulls, this pushes. Okay, and if I want to, I can pull here as well. Okay, so I've got 3 points of contact at the moment. If I grab this, I've got 4. Anytime we have 3 points of contact, we have a good guard. Okay, if I've got 2 points of contact, usually I'm probably at a bigger risk of being passed. But 3 points of contact, a push and a pull at least, okay, is always a good guard. So pull, pull, push. Then I can start using this to get up on top, start looking to pass or, make them stand up to carry on fighting. Okay, so posting, hip out. Now makes it so much easier to just bring my hip up, foot into the belly, round, into this position. Okay, goes the other way. Post, hip, foot, in, round. See how I'm grabbing the ankles as well. We'll do a sweep and I've done jiu-jitsu. Okay, cool. Yeah, but we'll just add it so it all makes sense. Okay, so here, 1, 2, 3, round, in. Grab a foot. If you can grab the other foot, great. Push the hip in that direction, not up. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to just lift my hip up. Turn. I stand up. I pass guard. He gets his hip in. Sit. He grabs my ankles. Does this old school sweep. He gets straight back up. He passes my guard. I block. Foot in. Round. And then we keep going. Yeah. Just one quick thing.